You've recapped him on he went to go and find out about orcs, and now he's back.
Yeah.
And okay.
Do you want to RP you running into the room saying something like, I propped them resting, or I don't know, you come up with something.
Doesn't matter.
That's not
Too late.
strictly necessary for the purposes of what is happening now.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so you are in a large, sort of featureless room, in the center of which stands a figure, a stone figure.
It's supposed to be on our screen.
Say again?
Is the figure supposed to be on our screen?
No, I can
No.
I can put something
I,
there.
sup- I suppose it's futile
No,
to
no,
ask
no,
if
no.
anybody has greater restoration.
I just want to know everything's working on my thing. Okay.
Interesting theory there, Pierce. Are you right?
We need to
We don't
look
have greater
around
restoration.
before we poke anything, because I know somebody's going to poke it or lick it or break it.
Okay, so it's
What level-
the figure. So the figure is standing there with its hand out, sort of like that.
I want to check around the room for any clues or any writing or anything that's out of place. Relating what that might something to put in that might need to be put into the hand, a piece of a puzzle.
Okay. Give me investigation. Why not? Investigation, perception, you choose.
Out of interest, Pierce, 5th level spell, Bard, Cleric, Druid. We have none of the above.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a moot point.
5th level? What level are you guys?
Oh, we don't have 5th level spells. We're the same level as you, dude. We're still the same level.
Yeah, I think you guys are pretty close to level 4, but we'll do today.
Close.
But none of us have greater restoration, because if this used to be a person and was petrified, then a greater restoration would restore it.
Restore.
Maybe there's a piece of a puzzle or a scroll lying around. I don't know. That's why I want to. There's 17 investigation.
We had to break a door to get in here, and we had to force another door to get in here.
Okay, so
And this
looking,
smells like shit.
Okay.
the smell is not as strong in this room. Okay, looking around, you don't see anything that clearly looks like a puzzle piece. You find an inscription, sort of in the floor below the outstretched arm. But you can't read it.
I motion everybody else over and see if anybody can recognize it.
Walk over. Try read.
Same.
Okay, so
Lilith wakes up.
Aaron, literally bathrobe and all. Aaron, Tariq, you guys can both read this inscription. You identify the glass as Elvish, and it essentially says, "I greet you."
I want to look up before I do anything, because he said the roof
can
is
understand it?
this high.
Aaron and Tariq.
Okay.
Do you tell us about it?
I tell you about it. There we go.
Wim walks in front of it and shakes her hand in a greeting manner.
Okay, so as you grip her hand, it sort of moves downward in a 45-degree angle. There's a loud clunk, like a mechanical sound, like.
Pierce is hiding behind Aaron.
Facepalm.
A small section of floor starts to open before the stone figure. So
Small section of...
Did you guys see that?
Okay. Alright, so...
okay, so
I'll peer into
as
the hole.
okay, no, you still hear like a mechanical clunk, 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 clunk of like a device in motion, and
Back away from the clink.
out of the floor comes a
Go!
chest.
Check for traps.
Yeah, I was about to say, check for traps, Pookie!
I use the mage hand to pat down around the sides.
Let me check first. Don't spring it while I'm got my nose next to it.
Sorry, my apologies. Check for traps.
Are
That was my version. of
you
checking for traps.
specifically looking for?
Yes.
Okay, you do not find any trap mechanisms on this chest. You do however notice a glyph on the front of the chest.
Can any of us read it?
If only Lilith here.
Lilith is here.
No, she's still
Lilith,
sleeping in the other room.
Lilith, you're awake.
Okay, so Lilith comes stumbling through the doorway of the tunnel, complaining about the smell, and finds you looking at a chest with a glyph on the front of it. It's quite an ornate chest. It's got carvings of different sort of mythical creatures, like all around the outside.
Would you mind so kindly, Lilith, to check what this rune is?
And why are you wearing a pink robe?
seem to have a better
Everyone
grasp
knows
of
that pink.
arcane
Everyone
arts.
knows that pink robes cause more magical power.
More demons.
Recalling the stuff I saw in the clearing a couple of days ago. Do I notice any imps on this chest? You said mythical creatures.
There
How do
are
they call it mythic?
so amongst. Actually, give me investigation roll. Nice. Okay.
Give
so
me
you
It's state of birth.
you see all the things. So you notice that there appears to be a theme of the creatures around this chest. They are more of a fey nature. So you see fairies, you see imps, you see will-o-wisps,
Elvish.
you see creatures that would generally be associated with the Feywild.
I open the chest.
The lid is stuck.
Damn it.
Let
Derek,
Lilith,
mind bringing that crowbar?
no. Let Lilith have a look at the arcane rune first.
Is it a word or is it a symbol?
It's a symbol.
I can read Sylvan.
It's
No,
not.
it's a
It's
sym-
not a language.
I start moving around the room, checking for any repetition of the symbol. Anything in the statue?
No, nothing on the statue.
Is there any lock mechanism or anything in front of it where it looks like you can open it?
The only thing you can see that appears to be out of place is that symbol on the front.
So it just looks like a box, not a chest that can actually be opened with a lock or anything.
No, it looks like a chest.
I try touching the symbol.
Okay. Let's see. I need to check something. As you touch the symbol, there's a bright flash of light, and you feel a jolt of pain. Take 1d6 psychic damage.
Should
You roll?
Sure thing. Let me apply some owies to you. 1.
Thanks.
we can see that roll by the
That's fun. That's the normal dice roller.
way. Yoko, don't you want to roll an investigation or something? An arcane. An arcane check, because I know. I can't hear you.
And then I can't check.
You can't check.
Arcana.
You can if
Yeah,
you want.
Arcana check. That's why I asked her to do it.
Good stats.
Those pink rolls.
Having a closer look at the glyph, you determine that it appears to be some sort of ward against a particular type of character, or not character like you guys, character like alignment type character.
Oh crap. And who touched the chest now?
Yeah, who touched?
I think someone of a more lawful nature might give it a go.
Who actually touched it?
That was me.
It was you.
I should definitely not touch it. The thing will incinerate me then.
Out of character, I'm neutral, so I don't think I don't know if I should touch it either.
I'll
Just
go
take
to it.
turns.
I'll go
Just
to it
take
and I'll touch
turns.
it. I go to I touch the symbol.
Yep.
Well, I can only assume that someone good or someone evil might be able to open it.
Okay, so
Either
as
or, yeah.
as Ronan touches the symbol, he still takes the 1d6 psychic damage. There's a bright flash of light, but the top of the chest pops open. Let me zap
He
you.
wasn't grounded.
5.
5.
Yeah. What's the red again? Red is HPA.
Green.
Green is HP. So minus the 5 will put me at 29. And then red is armor class.
Blue is armor class. Like cold,
Red.
like steel.
And what's red?
I use it for passive perception, but you guys can put whatever you want in there, as long as I can get you.
As soon as the top opens, I run up to the chest to look inside.
A face hugger jumps out. And no. there is a thing that's similar to a face hugger, but you don't find one in this chest. Okay, so inside the chest you find the following. I'm wondering if I shouldn't just give it to you guys in chat so it's easier to... Okay, so you find 2,000 copper pieces. Someone
Oh,
write this
jeez,
down.
I just got you. You're making me money.
You don't have to do it.
I was just gonna say thank goodness Crash is here.
Pierce has got a few down for you, which I'm sure he can give you at some point.
Then you continue Pierce, continue writing everything, and when I come back, just WhatsApp me everything. So you take note.
700 silver pieces. A small
But
pouch.
there was 2,000 copper.
Yes. 700 silver pieces. You find a small pouch containing 20 gold. You find a red gemstone, which you identify as a bloodstone, valued at 50 gold. 2 quartz, 50 gold. 2 star quartz, also 50 gold. And a bundle of crossbow bolts.
Tariq.
Of a special crossbow bolt?
Bundle, as in how many?
There's 20 of them.
I just hand them to Tariq, I don't even write them down.
Not even worth writing.
Alright, so is that it?
I'm just going to note that these crossbow bolts are white.
Ooh, so it might be...
I want
Fancy
to
crossbows.
Arcana check them. I'm guessing radiant damage.
You want to Arcana check them. Okay, go for it.
Hey, we can see Crash.
I can see all the way to the DRC from here.
It looks normal. Is that right?
Where's the flaming
Using a
buildings?
straw hat.
Yeah, like what's going on, man?
Okay.
Supposed to have
I
like
can't
a...
see any animals like elephants or
Yeah,
lions.
where's the elephants and lions?
With that
Or
with
rebels.
roll,
That's
you get the feeling these are in fact really well made, but you can't tell much about them more than that. And
I
can't hear you.
also-
either.
can I do an Arcana check too on them?
Okay. Pierce, you didn't say anything there. I don't know if you pressed push to talk.
No, I was just mentioning something to Knights.
Okay. Your arcane powers, you are able to tell that these are in fact magical crossbow bolts.
Ooh! Can tell what type of
You-
magic they are.
you
or
don't
whether
get you
they-
don't get free identifiers, people.
Okay, so...
Okay, so she's just gonna have to hug them during a short rest.
Or
Sorry,
I'm going to throw in at some stage identification services for you guys, so you can like go to a town and be like,
I
what?
think you should just use them and just see what they
See
do.
what happens.
I like that idea very much.
Go for it if you want.
Anyway, not now. So is that, I want to look around seeing if there's
Okay,
anything else in
so
the
we-
box, or under the box, or behind the box, or something.
What's in the box?
You don't see anything else that looks out of place in this room.
Okay, I'm bored of
False bottom.
gold, so
Okay.
I walk away
I go
from
to the
this mystery
statue, and I shake the hand as well. Just to see if it does
The arm doesn't move. In fact, it seems quite firmly stuck in place now.
While they're doing all of this, Lysander wants to try trace where the smell of the rot.
Stinky poo.
Yeah.
I want to assist.
I want to backtrack to find where that where we
Okay.
last smelled.
Sure.
I want to
So
assist.
there's this big ass room with a stone statue in the middle with a mechanism that brings east full of creature that's opened by us inside. I feel like we're missing something.
Only good people may get it.
Okay, he's
Otherwise,
reloading.
I'm underestimating the importance of those bolts.
There's a lot of other places to go in this area. Just by the way.
Okay, let's
I
look
want to
around.
run
and
around
roll.
the room, checking the walls and everything for traps or glyphs or anything important, so we can move on.
Okay, the walls in this room are completely smooth, devoid of any sort of symbolature or writing or anything of that nature.
I leave the room, I go to the big room, and I want to try and find out where the hell the smell is coming from.
Okay, well, as you progress down that corridor, the smell gets worse and worse, and as you go back into the room that you find Shahira snoring in the corner, the smell sort of dissipates.
I reckon let's keep right.
As I leave, I just make a tiny mark on the side of the doorposts. Just like Pierce was here.
Strong goods as we're going back, because that's what
Okay,
Lysander wanted to check for.
Is it, where did we come in? Did we come in here, or did we come in here?
You came in from that second one, and then you went up.
Just to explain to
What's it?
Ronan, we entered through here, this corridor
Yeah.
down here.
And
That's
then,
where we initially.
and they had a 20-minute argument about which door to go through.
And then we fought a bugbear over
Okay,
here.
you can give me an investigation check in the tunnel if you want to figure out what's going on.
Is it investigation or survival to find the smell?
I think it should be investigation. Oh, you can. Okay,
Investigation is finding it. Survival is
actually,
closing
if
it
you
out.
know what, whichever of those you're more comfortable with, in this case. Okay, so using your super keen survivor skills, you notice that the smell appears to be coming from a type of fungus and moss that's sort of creeping along the sides of the walls of this particular tunnel.
I think
It looks like
it's not chicken.
it looks like it's rotten, it's brown,
Which-
disgusting. It's kind of dripping a fluid onto the
Which tunnel?
cobblestones, the one that you guys came through. So that's the source
I
of
woke up to
the.
Lysander and I said, that looks flammable.
Ah,
I turn to Pierce and I say, I know you like Grandma very much, or at least you call her Grandma. Maybe you should scrape some of this and give it to her as a present later. Tell her it's a rare herb or fungal. I'm not trying to be like joking or anything.
I do that immediately.
Okay, give me a nature check.
This cannot be good.
I want to move to his room, and I just wanted to peep around the corner.
Have you got something to keep
I'm
that
still in
in?
the corridor behind, hey?
Well, he can walk off if he wants.
Let me just check.
I'm just taking a peek.
Have you got something to keep the whatever you're scraping in?
Let me just check what I have in my burglar's pack.
And I'm going to try and
I'm
do
gonna put Zale invisible and leave it following Ronan.
Okay.
Make me invisible.
No, it's invisible. Nice try.
Zale
You
Zale's
don't
invisible.
know. Lilith sat for quite a while summoning a demon.
It's a cat.
And
A cat!
A demon.
It's a cat.
It's a demonic cat.
It's a cat. I've never seen a real cat before, so it's a cat. She told me it was a
Myself and Piers
myself.
spent parts trying to
Okay, so
stop her. She was going to try kill us.
so as you try to move through that archway with that roll, you bump your shield on the side of the stone giltwork, making a loud clanging noise.
And I take a look around the corner.
Okay, so firstly, so Pierce, you managed to very carefully with a knife or something. You have a knife?
Those I have.
Okay, so you managed to very carefully scrape off quite a large section of the fungus, and kind of stuff it into your empty potion vial, and cork it up so that the smell doesn't bother you.
Alright, let's reach up with let's go see how Granny is doing.
This will be good for Nana or pranks.
Or pranks.
Okay.
How is Nan doing?
Okay, so yeah, still snoring. Okay, peeking around the corner.
I prop up her body into... I actually prop her up into the stinky corridor. I'd like to...
Sure, why not? Okay, so looking around the corner of the next tunnel. Who's looking?
Me.
Okay.
Can I send Azale to have a peek?
Yeah, sure. So you can roll perception on those.
I'm glad I don't need to be in the front anymore.
Perception from him or from me?
It'll be his perception. Unless you're actually even if you're using his eyes, it's still his eyes.
Sorry, I don't know if it went through. I wanted to say that I put...
In the stinky tunnel.
Anna in the door behind the stinky tunnel. I don't know if you want to move her character. It's more for her defense until she wakes up. Hopefully she can find us.
What am I rolling for this?
Perception.
It's perception.
Perception is a D20 plus... What's that? It's wisdom.
Wisdom.
So it's a D20 plus the wisdom modifier of your cat.
You summon the
I'm
cat.
gonna have to manual roll it.
She summoned a demonic cat. Zoom in on that thing, man.
It's okay.
As if any cats are not demonic.
It's a kitty!
Oh, that's cool.
It's a fire cat that can turn into a bird and... all
So the
sorts of-
paladin has no issue with the flaming cat. I'm just going to remember that.
No, I'm not in character. I'm saying the picture's
Its
cool.
wisdom is -2. That's fantastic.
outside of...
His
out of
passive
character is
perception is 10.
Okay, same result.
At least it's expendable.
Ronan, can you give me a perception check as well, please? Because you're kind of peeking around the corner there.
Give me a second. Perception.
And in the meantime, I'll just check for traps.
This is so much slower on the notebook because I have to have a small screen.
Screen is screen. Okay, so Ronan sees sort of along the at sort of ankle level along the upper wall of this corridor. You see a line of runes. Let me just make sure I've said that correctly. Arcane symbols or runes, however you want to word it.
Along the ankle.
Sort of at the low level of the wall, and they are glowing softly, like very softly. In fact, if you weren't specifically looking for something, you wouldn't have seen them.
Lilith, would you have been down here by chance? I know you said you came down here a while ago to lock up something crazy. You wouldn't happen to know what these runes along the floor are.
I haven't told anyone about the runes yet.
Okay.
Okay. Tell the group.
Thanks.
Let's-
I repeat what
So
I just
kind.
Okay, so
Lilith, on the spot.
okay, so,
What are these things?
Not
okay,
on the spot. Maybe she wants to check.
No, sorry, I don't recognize these symbols.
Are there two to duck under or crawl under?
and Pierce, I need to know you're looking.
And I'm gonna can I make Azale a bat? So it can be above the roots.
Poof! Here's a bat. Okay, so
Okay, can I kind of check them, see if I know what they actually are, what they do, to see what they do.
you can read them.
Oh.
So you could just read them if you really wanted.
Oh, okay. What
Okay,
are
so
they written in?
they're written in Undercommon.
What do they say? Oh, you have to whisper it to her.
No, it's fine. You guys are going to have to just get used to knowing what you know and what you don't know. It appears to be a warning. So it says, danger beware.
In my mind, that means loot here. So,
Okay. so I kind of relay that back to the team that it says danger, beware.
As she tells us this, I take Mage Hand and tap Aaron on the shoulder again. For my usual.
Okay, so are you guys still standing by the archway?
I want to start making my way through.
I'm being weird.
I'm walking into it, and I'm just slowly edging forward, seeing what happens.
Okay, so Pierce, you notice. Okay, I haven't ignored your roll. You notice sort of a glint, like a metallic glint, at the far end of the corridor.
Like, whoa. There's something at that far end that you should try not to just step on, and I pointed out to them.
What do you know, little boy?
As long as he doesn't notice his ankles melting off from cliffs.
Glint.
Okay.
Is it on the floor, on the wall, on the roof?
It's so, hang on, let me get my arrowy thing. It's like in the middle of these two blockies.
Sorry, where do the glyphs start? I want to stand just behind where the glyphs start.
The glyphs are here, along the top
So
wall.
if I stand here, I'm not by the glyphs yet.
No.
Good.
If it's like a projectile or a flame or something that blows the entire corridor along the glyphs, that would be bad.
Yeah, that's exactly why I want to stay behind until we know exactly what it is.
So I guess I'm the one with the thieves' tools. I should go have a look. Anybody hand me a torch?
I mean, like, after you're dead, I can come and try, you, but...
And we've got no mana.
No, we've got Ronan. Ronan's stronger than Nana for healing.
Once a day. Or
Hey,
maybe a couple of times a day.
So I will slowly, carefully approach the thing that I saw glinting.
Okay. As you move past the line of glyphs on the side of the corridor, nothing happens. They still continue to glow softly. Approaching. Are you guys all just charging down the corridor now?
I'm slowly following the group.
Okay, so as you approach the far wall, do you have a light source?
Yes, someone handed me a torch.
Okay, so out of the torch you see a small metal plate about 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters embedded in the wall, and there's arcane symbols written, like, scratched into it.
I emphasize to keep Pierce away from it.
What's around this corner to the south of me?
Let me do this.
Do bugbears?
Of ik later krijg van.
Do bugbears naturally live underground? Is that something we would know, or is that...
With regards to bugbears...
Cave dwellers?
With regards to bugbears, you would know this if you... See, I actually at some stage need to try and figure out what studies you guys have done throughout your training, because there will be some things you don't know throughout, just because you've just never come across them.
Training. I was brought up by a bunch of
Bugbears.
no, scholars, but I wasn't actually trained in.
Lysander wouldn't know that sort of information then.
Okay.
So if you'd never studied it and it was not something the masters taught you, it's not common knowledge in this world.
No, I don't think the master would.
Something I might know.
So I move away. Well, I do not stand in front of the little plate. I motion for Lilith, and as she's walking, I just kind of do an Arcana check, if I may.
Did you walk past it?
Well, I approached it, and then I stepped away from in front of it.
So you stepped in one of these blocks. Here's my stupid ruler.
Which blocks?
So you stepped in one of these two blocks.
Yes.
Okay.
I entered there.
He's got to be realistic. He said he stepped in there.
I need to roll an attack.
Oh, I'm staying back.
Okay, so
I saw
that's...
someone pinging me there. I'm staying back.
That's... $12 doesn't beat your last?
Nope.
Okay, a shard of ice, like a massive icicle, flies out of this metal plate and shatters in the wall next to you.
You.
That being done,
Charles,
the
it's-
plate sort of wobbles and falls off the wall.
Okay, so there's a once-off trap, so we can continue.
I pick up the plate.
Sure thing.
Klepto.
I'm gonna send Zale a little bit ahead of the group.
I'm gonna follow it 10 feet behind it where it goes.
Okay, so nearing the end of this door, something strange. You see a row of skeletons manacled to the walls.
Where? About?
You see a row of skeletons manacled to the walls as you approach the end of this corridor
Where? They.
along this wall.
Oh, manacled like shackles, like with...
Yeah, so they're hands and feet like metal shackles, like to the walls.
This was the
Okay.
door the bugbears were trying to break open.
Yes.
And yet the bugbears didn't check the northern door.
Bugbears, they're not that clever.
Okay, I'd still like to go back to my previous question where I turn to Lilith and I ask her, do bugbears generally live underground? Like under,
give me a nature.
like under...
Give me a nature check.
Okay. You're doing it, Yoko, I would assume, eh?
Lilith has no idea.
Okay.
Alright, I want to keep moving. Cautiously,
Same.
but keep moving.
Do the skeletons look like, actually, I'm gonna do Divine Sense to see.
That's why we wanted you around.
Undead,
Use one of my devices.
undead fiends or
Celestials.
celestials. Okay, cool.
On the Paladin, I'm just
Okay,
looking it up.
okay, gonna peek around the corner with Zale.
Okay, so let me do
It
that.
says Divine Sense is... Divine Sense, where is it? Divine Sense. Presence strong evil if there's a...
The passive perception of 10, does he notice anything?
Let me just deal with Ronan's doing divine sense here.
Celestial fiend or undead in 60 feet, but must not be obscured by total cover.
Okay. So you channel the power of Odo, the light god, someone. That's right. So your amulet with the sun on it starts to glow and sort of like waves of light sort of flood out from you, and as they pass the manacled skeletons, where you would expect to see some sort of reaction if they were one of the things that you were looking for, there's no response. These are skeletons, just dead skeletons.
Okay, then I moved on.
Alright. Why is it never something like Stephen, the light god?
Because that's what he chose. If you worship Stephen the light god, that's fine. He might not respond, but you can try.
Alright, cool. Let's look around the corner.
Okay,
Let's
the
look
corridor
around.
ahead appears to be empty. The walls are smooth stone. The flagstones here are in a better state than you've seen so far in the dungeon before. So it's quite a smooth floor. There's sort of like polished marble pieces like embedded in the walls on the other side.
Like different to the rest of the wall.
So it's like stone and then some marble and then some stone and then some marble.
In the
Yeah,
wall
so
or
it's
on the
like
floor as
kind of
well?
like
The walls.
secret.
The floor is flagstones.
Okay. Well,
I'll press on.
do I need to check for traps anymore? I'm not a trap checker, so
Up to you guys.
I'll be in front, but somebody be my trap checker.
I just want to correct the map here. Come on. So I want to line up the grid for you guys. There we go. That's nice. Okay, you see no traps.
Peer around the corner.
Following closely behind.
I reckon due to the way that we're normally doing, we keep
To the right.
to the right.
To
Yeah.
our right, not
Our right. Yeah.
this right. So
So this way.
from our perspective.
While we're standing here, Lysander would just like to get a sense of the air. Is there any cool drafts around from a specific direction? Is there is the roof taller, going one direction than another, looking left and right?
Okay. Just trying to think about. I don't. You don't need to roll for this, because it's pretty obvious. Being where you are, the area you're in appears to be sort of a uniform tunnel size. In layman's terms, 10 feet by 10 feet. The air in this entire area is quite cold compared to.
So it's the same left and right.
Yeah. There are no obvious pieces.
There's no
In another
significant
note.
differences. Okay.
I peer to the right around the corner. So
You peer to
that way.
this way.
West.
Yes.
West.
West. Yeah.
Okay.
And I check the other way.
Okay. Looking down this corridor, you can see you got dark vision.
60 feet of dark vision.
Just want to check
Okay.
something. Okay, so something you notice is there's a chute, sort of like a hole in the ceiling, around about here.
I reckon we stick to the plan and keep going.
So let
With our
me
hand
draw
to
that
the-
for you guys. So there's a chute, which is a hole in the ceiling over there.
I agree with everyone.
So I'm
So
guessing
we'll-
something
looking-
probably fall at us bridge I walk.
looking into the darkness down the corridor in this direction, you see two red sort of lights about yay far apart in the blackness.
Okay, so two red eyes in the blackness.
Lights, not eyes.
Well,
as we
the
were
eye.
moving down the
From
corridor,
this distance, you see two red lights.
Move Azale a little bit closer to the thing and get his dark vision further down the tunnel. See what he sees.
Okay.
That's a fantastic.
So as he starts moving down the tunnel, the lights disappear and reappear, and now there's four of them.
Those are eyes.
So sort of like so and like so.
I turn to Lilith
Hi
and
there.
say, I saw you make him go invisible last time.
He is visible. He's invisible bat at the moment.
Is he an invisible bat at the moment?
He's an invisible bat.
An invisible bat.
Do you think?
Okay, so far the two of us in the front pretty much see the eyes, eh?
Yeah.
Or the lights.
Well, now there's not. Yeah, so there were two. They disappeared for a little bit. Now there's four.
I reckon everyone else get in position, kind of.
I walked in just before the hole in the ceiling and I want to look up at the hole.
You want to stand under it and look up. Is that what's happening?
No, I want to see if I can hear.
Use a mirror.
Okay.
Off my-
Looking up the chute, it goes on sort of into the darkness. It goes so far that you can't see anything but blackness.
Yeah. I want to look around the corner here before we go.
I have 60 feet of dark vision. Can I see to here down the passage?
Thank you. Mechanical differs.
Yeah, I want to look what's behind us before we change direction.
So you want to go around the corner.
Yeah.
I want to go there and look up before we go east. Okay, door. Okay.
I think we're safe to make sure that whatever's behind us there, or could potentially behind it, we should probably cover our flank. So
Yes.
if there's a
No, I
closed
agree.
door behind us, let's go make sure that that other thing isn't going to bother us.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to check.
While you were talking amongst yourselves, the lights are gone.
Lights are gone.
I want to move up to those two and check for traps around
Are
the
they,
ship.
well, they're still in a sales range because it's 120 feet.
Okay. What is Pierce looking for?
Traps or well, any danger around that chute in the roof.
Nothing
Can
dangerous.
you give us a ping more or less where those like
In the darkness.
In the darkness.
How far can I jump? Just jumping a thing.
You can jump, I think it's half your distance. To
And
make
you
an
can take
athletics check.
10 feet. Yeah, you have to make a 10 feet movement.
It depends if you're jumping up or forwards. If there is like
I'll-
there is a difference.
Jump past the chute and they can follow me.
You want to jump past it, or do you want to like
Sprint or dash
dexterously? Okay, give me athletics then. That sounds like
Oh,
a sprinting
athletic.
thing.
I stop him, and I throw a rock across first.
Where did you get a rock from?
I've got a rock, actually.
Has to
I
be
picked up a
something
shiny
lying
pebble.
Oh, yeah, okay. He has a rock. Okay, that's fine.
I picked up a shiny pebble from the awful fight that I was pathetic at.
Otherwise, I can throw that plate from the top I just picked up.
Okay, either of those.
Oh yeah.
Do
Go
you
for it,
want to
yeah.
hold on to your symbol of shame?
I'll hold on to my shiny pebble of shame, yeah.
Right, I'll just toss the metal plate down the corridor.
Okay. You just like a sort of chuck, or you throwing it as far as you can.
spin
I'm
it
just
across?
sliding it across the floor, like not completely, unlike skipping a pebble.
Okay, so you fling the metal plate. It kind of goes pling, 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 pling as it like bounces along cobblestones of the flagstones of the tunnel floor. As it hits the ground, 6 red lights.
I can't see that far, so I have no idea of any lights.
From there, you can see the lights. You just can't see.
lovely.
You can't see the dark. You see darkness and 6 red lights. Also, still in this sort of shape.
In other news, as I was walking down the corridor up to this point, I took out the crudely drawn treasure map, and I wanted to ask if I noticed any of the corridors we've been walking in, if I can place myself on the map, or is this not the right place?
Currently, it looks completely different to where you are.
Okay, got that covered. Right, so we're looking at. Maybe we
In
should
fact,
search for them to turn green.
the treasure map seems to be an outside sort of map.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Wait for it to turn green.
Okay, so are we gonna go forward, find out the red lights, or we're gonna go through the door?
I reckon lights.
I think we should make sure these lights don't creep up on us from behind.
Yeah.
I walk past the chute and I walk towards the lights.
Okay, walking past the chute, your breath
I'm a
stops for a
jackpot.
moment as you wonder if something's going to happen. Roll a d20.
Roll a d20. Roll.
Why isn't there just a D20 button? Like a D in it?
There is. There's a little dice thingy on your bar. Okay, so where is it?
My bar. What bar?
What bar?
On the left side, the bar. Don't you have the button bar?
No.
It says dice. Oh wow.
Ah,
Are you guys kidding me? You didn't know that was there?
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Underneath your measurement
awesome.
tool.
I see it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay, so
can
as you
re-roll, that's very cool.
Okay, so as you are charging down the corridor, you hear a sort of plop sound, like a come from the direction of the chute.
That's cool. Sorry, that's just me tasting.
Okay. It's a plop thing.
Well, how far did I walk past it? Was that already step away?
You'll probably be about there.
Okay.
Mother hell. Okay. And it's behind
Okay,
me.
so there's a black oozing sort of mass that came flump out of this shoot in the ceiling.
And it's moving, like
And
it's a living creature.
And it's moving. And that will be initiative.
I want to flip and smoke the crap out of this thing.
Why don't you go talk to it, Aaron?
I think it's beyond...
I'm supposed to click on my character.
Yeah, should the initiative window open up first?
Wait, let me just clear the previous
No,
thingamajiggles.
but that's my new initiative.
I'll just add you back. Calm down. There, just type your number there.
19.
Oh, who
Can
rolled?
I
Who rolled?
change it myself?
Wait, who rolled already?
7. Sorry, I didn't click on my character.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, I'm adding you all to the initiative order. Just put your numbers in.
What? It's not letting me edit mine.
You have to give it permission.
Yeah, I'm putting in my number and it's not changing, so be my guest.
You are? What was it?
19.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I also can't change mine. I'm a 6.
6. Anyone else?
No.
I need rolls from Pierce and Tariq still.
Yes,
Mine is already in.
Pierce is 6, Tariq. You've got 2 Pierces on your list.
Ah, I'll fix that now.
Tariq hasn't rolled, and Mysterious Blob. Mysterious Blob beat you all!
I don't see the initiative pop up.
It's there, 11. Oh, on the left side, you mean?
Yeah.
Let me try reopen it.
I've got this red bar thingy at the top of my screen. I'll just reload
Is it not disconnect message?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I don't see it. So I'll just quickly reload.
I hope you incapacitate that mysterious blob or something.
So, while we're waiting, Yoka, I'm disappointed that you didn't like come with like colors in your hair. You know, the robe is only half the job.
I'll go get my code.
What?
I was making joke.
Go back.
What time are you leaving tomorrow, Crash?
1:30 is my flight this time, so it's 2:30 South African time.
Oh, so it's like it's still decent. Like you're still gonna get a good night's rest and all sorts. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Oh, we're ready.
I'm ready.
Lassander, what would you like to do?
So, what does the blob look like? Just out of interest.
It's it actually
what
looks
colour?
it looks pretty. It's sort of a dark black color. It's pretty much
Okay.
as it looks in the picture there.
In the picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like spikes by its feet?
No, that's just the ground.
All right, let's test out this bad boy. Sorry, I haven't put my spells back from the last one.
I can see Aaron's chair.
Yeah, he said he was going somewhere or something. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna just start off with a firebolt at it and see where we go from there.
Okay. Firebolt. Okay, that's a good roll. You. Okay.
Don't you have stuff that
Tariq,
incapacitates people?
Okay, so you raise your hand, your eyes glow red, the fire shoots forth from you, striking the undulating mass of this mysterious blob creature. It seems to recoil from your attack.
The blobs aren't flammable, that's what you say.
Well, yeah, just out of interest for the rest of you, there's even if something is immune to fire or is resistant to fire, my feat allows me to break through that resistance. Not immunity, but resistance. Tariq.
Okay. Blob. Just want to check.
Okay, I'm gonna take one step. Actually, I'm gonna take 2 steps forward, so I'll stand next to Tariq. With my move.
Okay, so the blob sort of like moves its way quite slowly along the floor of the floor of the tunnel.
Music's
Serious?
transmitting through you.
Yeah.
Oh, you need
The
to
music's
mute yourself in
transmitting
Roll20
through your
or wherever.
I'm muting Roll20, it's the Discord, I don't have a PTT.
Okay, let me just reduce the volume slightly. Maybe that won't be such an issue then. Okay,
It should be fine. Let's see.
Music was cool though. It's cool. Okay, go for it.
okay, so the blob lashes out towards Lilith. So a sort of like tentacle mass, like kind of extends out of the bulbous sort of body of the blob and lashes towards you, striking into the wall of the tunnel. As it hits, there's like a hissing sound, like.
Acid.
That sounds like acid or poison. Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of wriggling around. Tariq, what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to drop initiative because I can't open my character sheet. I've got this red bar at the top. So I can't click on my attack.
Oh, is that not the
I'm ready to
disconnect?
attack.
Is it not the disconnected bar?
Well, ons kan jou attack manually doen.
Okay, but it's all
So roll a d20,
Okay.
add 6.
We're getting a peek behind the curtain, folks. This is why the damage is ridiculous. $25's a hit.
I think my push book now works.
It's sorry, it's got nothing to do with her modifiers. It's nothing to do with her modifiers. Look at that.
Rolls good.
She is literally the talisman of freaking our group. She might not roll natural 20s, but the 19s, 18s, they all there. They're all sitting there.
I'm using my very brand new bolt, cross bolt.
Are you using one of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Oh, I said PTT. It's not supposed to be broadcasting.
That's fine, dude. Don't stress.
Roll20's got some weird nonsense. Okay, so you're using one of the new white bolts. So the bolt streak uses this is the heavy crossbow, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
The cannon.
yeah, the cannon click, and you load one of these new bolts that you found at the other end of the labyrinth of the Underdark. You fire it into the mass of this blob ooze creature. As it strikes, it is sort of like a shimmer, like an almost magical sort of force, but not quite.
Almost magical.
You'll find out more when you eventually check what these things do, if you ever decide to do that. So the bolt sinks into the body of this creature, and you see it sort of wriggling around. Like it's definitely been hit, but the bolt sort of starts to disintegrate.
What? My brand new bolt. So I can't pick it up afterwards. Okay. Alright, I'm going to use a fire invisible, indestructible gold next time. Then I'll be able to get one. I'll look around.
Do you want to do anything else?
Well, seeing as this thing gobbled up my bolt, I'm not going to do anything else. I can't do anything else. Come to think of it. So the next one can...
Okay, Ronan.
I go towards it and I smack it.
With?
I smack it with my battle axe.
Battle axe is slashing damage.
Yes.
Okay, roll to attack. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so you...
Technically- By the way, you have advantage, so... But anyway, you rolled a natural 20 anyway.
Okay, so you...
When you I still have savage attacks. When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of your weapon damage dice one additional time.
Cool, go for it.
One of my weapon damage dice, which is a 1d8. So let's do this. I can roll a 1d8. Oh, so that is 19 damage.
Cool. Okay, so you run. You're going to be running towards it?
I'll take a couple of jolly steps towards it.
Okay, so you step towards it, sure in your stride, confident in your abilities. You raise the axe above your head and you bring it down in a mighty arc, swinging as hard as you can. You cleave the thing straight in two, and it sort of flops to the side. However,
2 oozes.
Slashing damage.
Yeah. So you are not doing anything further to it.
both of the sides of this creature seem to sort of start moving on their own. Also, I want to check something.
Do I get splashback?
No, your axe is hissing and smouldering, and it's starting to corrode. It has a permanent -1 to its damage.
Isn't that a bit extreme for a natural 20?
That it doesn't stop him from hitting the creature.
Okay.
Okay, I need to remember that. -1.
Everyone needs to be wary of that.
Do you want to do anything else?
I took a couple of steps towards it, but now it's out of a distance, so I will stay there.
Okay.
Then
Aaron
He's disconnected at the moment.
is disconnected at the moment. See, the grid here is already starting to fall out of sync. Ugh.
It's fine, we get the gist of it.
It's just annoying. I like it to be straight.
Alright, while we're waiting for him, damage to weapons, so that's something that we've got in this campaign. Something we should be aware of.
That's something in D&D.
yeah, I've already added the -1 to my weapon.
Okay.
At the top of the round, I'll let you guys try and identify what you're fighting.
Can Aaron hold his turn, or
Is he WhatsApped or anything?
no?
Oh, power went out. He has.
Okay, well let's skip past him for now. Lilith.
I am going to hex the one in front of me.
Hex is that weird Hunter's Mark Warlock thing.
Yeah.
What does it do again? It takes necrotic damage or something. So you want to...
You asked.
No, that's fine. I need to know. What do your choices? Right? You got to choose. You got to choose something.
I'm gonna make it athletics.
which means it has no, where's the athletics one?
Disadvantage on athletic checks.
Okay, the extra 1d6 necrotic damage, it's got disadvantage
Is
on
when
athletics.
I hit it.
And if it drops to 0 before the spell ends, you can move the spell. Okay, cool. You doing anything else?
I'm going to Eldritch Blast it because that was my bonus action.
Okay. Eldritch Blast! Okay, the same one that you've hexed.
Yes.
Okay. Your Eldritch Blast sort of lights up the entire corridor that you're fighting in, being much brighter than any of the torches that you guys are carrying with you. Strikes the creature square on in the center of a mass. So it's a d6, right? What is happening?
Sorry.
1d26.
I'm like, what? Okay, cool. So that's 12 damage. So as your bolt strikes the creature, it sort of doesn't react for a second and then starts to sort of like move around as though it's agitated, and it seems to shrink in size slightly. Black sort of steam coming off it. Yeah, these things don't make noise as far as I can tell, so I'm not going to be like... Do you want to do anything else?
I'm just going to move the sail in quickly a little bit closer.
Snail is the hexed one, huh?
Yes. I can't really find a better... Actually, maybe there is.
Did these things move slowly towards Lilith? She did? Or the one thing, rather? Or did it...
It didn't appear to be moving particularly quickly.
Okay.
It's the end of my turn.
Okay, Pierce. Pierce don't like this.
I have 3 morning stars from the bugbears. Can I use my bonus action to throw them at the to throw one at Ronan and one at Crash and one at Nades?
I'll let you throw. One is your free action and one is your bonus action.
Okay, and then I'm also thinking there's a larger chance that these things probably, if they corrode metal, they will corrode metal armor as well, so I'm going to stick next to it to protect who's behind me, Nade's armor. There's a chance that it corrodes leather as well. We need armor on our heavies more, so I'm going to stick to where I am. I'm going to throw one Morning Star, which is piercing damage, not slashing damage, to let's make it to Ronan and Aaron. You can decide if you want to use that one for this battle or for the next battle, since your main hand's already -1, and then I will use my main action to do a piercing attack at the one that's already hexed.
Okay, I'm going to need an athletics check of 5 to get it to Ronan and a 10 to get it to Aaron. This includes them catching it. Okay, so that's Ronan, I'm guessing. Okay, so you kind of lob it like over the mass of the creature. It tries to kind of like to catch it, but you're able to get them both
So
past.
it's already used its reaction.
It's a blob. This is for theatrics. It can't actually catch what you're throwing. What's it? Theatre of the mind. You throw the... Well, okay, things are happening. Okay, so you throw the 2 Morning Stars to Ronan and Aaron. They're able to catch them, and they've got them there in hand. Actually,
So now they've got options other than their main weapons. These are expendable, and that's the rapier attack at the one that's already hexed, plus sneak attack damage.
Okay, so that's a hit. So it's 13 total.
7 piercing plus 13 sneak
Plus,
attack, so 20 total.
okay, that's a really good roll. Okay, so 20 total. Okay, so you...
Oh, damn it, I My rapier, sorry, that was my.
Oh, you weren't using your rapier.
It was an accidental click. I meant to use my dagger, so that's a D4. I'll just re-roll the damage on the D4 for the dagger, not the rapier.
You have your hit. I see how this works. Okay, so it's 17 total, right?
You get no proficiency added to your damage?
Say again?
You don't get any proficiency added to your damage?
No, just a modifier.
It's because it's his offhand weapon.
Ah.
So attacking with your dagger, you kind of stab down on this creature. Getting closer than you probably should be. It sort of recoils and tries to kind of like wrap itself around the blade, and you've managed to pull it out in time. You've sort of obliterated a chunk of this thing, so it's a lot smaller than it was when you attacked it.
What type of damage was that?
Piercing.
Piercing's fine.
-1 to your dagger's damage.
Got it.
Question in terms of rules for this damage thingy mabob. It's repairable?
Yeah.
No, you said permanent damage.
There are ways. Wouldn't be able to fix it yourself. But it's not lost beyond Blair. But like, if you think of like corrosion on metal, so it becomes pitted and bits of it will start to break off eventually.
Can we make the assumption
You
that
should be asking me what happens if you hit it repeatedly.
Yes.
Why should I be asking you?
Because of that -5, it gets destroyed.
Go on.
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
I've used my action and my bonus, and I want to protect the rig, so I'm not moving.
Lysander.
Can we just assume that Aaron uses his Morningstar to attack it?
Yeah, might as well make the roll. It would be...
Morningstar is a D8.
D8 plus
no, we need to roll the hit. Actually, let me just get a sheet open. I'll do it from there.
That would most probably be a D20 plus 3 on strength. Plus 2 proficiency.
Just add Morningstar.
To hit would be the same. So I just... if I roll any weapon, it should give me the hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also if he has advantage.
Yes. So what, to put him there? Okay, so let's do... And so if I just roll his scimitar for the hit, we all happy with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. You have advantage. That's good.
Natural 20.
Okay, so swinging the Morningstar, Aaron being the master of all weapons because that's what he was into.
D8 for damage, not the D6.
So let's roll 1d8 plus...
It's 2 1d8s. Plus his strength is 4.
So it's 1d8 doubled plus the 4 then, as you add the modifier after.
Correct. Oh, was I supposed to double my first attack?
You roll an extra damage dice and then add modifiers, as far as I know. No, you double the damage dice, right? And then you add the modifier.
Double your damage dice and then add the modifier.
Yeah, so it's 2d8 plus 4. Is that
Okay, because then my first attack was 10, and I would have done 20 plus 8. I would have done 28 damage to the first attack. If you're just doubling.
Yes. This is the one that cut it in half, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Okay, so Aaron swinging his Morningstar, thunks it down on top of the blob. It kind of like splatters in all directions. Doesn't hit any of you, so no like residual splash, like hissing going around. Some of the stonework around the around you as it gets hit by the splatters starts to starts to hiss and sort of blacken. Dead blurb. Top of the round, if you guys want to figure out what you're fighting, you can do history or arcana.
I guess no one wants to know. Smack it.
I'm
Wait, there we go.
Is it only on our
Never mind
turn, or
that.
can we just do it now?
You can do it now. Let's do it all together, so it's fun.
I thought my roll was bad.
Pierce, it is a blob and it makes you uncomfortable. Okay, no, that works. So, Lilith and Crash, both of you have a little bit of knowledge of the creatures in the dark places of the world. Crash through your paladin training, Lilith through things that you know. But -1. Tariq,
This creature
I
doesn't exist.
said,
Tariq, it creepy.
yeah, well, history is obvious. I mean, anything thinking-wise is not my strength. I'll stick to the fighting.
She's a more live in the moment kind of girl.
Okay, so through Ronan's training and Lilith's knowledge of things from places, of the dark things of the world, you know of a variety of oozes that live in the Underdark. Based on what you've seen and the way this reacts, you believe it to be a black pudding.
Black pudding!
Yum
I
yum.
advise Pierce not to eat it.
Ronan, you
Don't tell me I live my life.
can find out one thing about this creature additionally for that roll. I don't know what you want to, I don't know if you want me to guide you on this.
What hurts it the most?
What hurts it the most? It's not weak particular type of damage. Nice try though. Some things are.
Is it immune to anything?
You don't know, Lilith.
Well, considering I know that it has no weakness, does that mean that I get an extra question?
No, that was your thing, because that is a thing you can find out.
Okay.
Okay, Lysander,
theory-
what would you like to do?
In theory, if it's resistant to something, then that means it's some. Nah, I don't know how to word this. Don't worry. So it's
Ronan's-
what's the most effective against it is all these things except this one thing.
No, if it has vulnerability. So if it was weak again, you would are vulnerable to fire.
Okay. Carry on smacking it.
Continue, Lysander.
I'm gonna. Okay, so has the other one fizzled? It's the acid and stuff has disappeared. I can step
It's-
into the block.
Yes. You just be careful carefully not to stand in any of the sort of blobs of thing that are the blobs of
Alright.
pudding.
I'm gonna stand in that block and I'm going to. If I do anything in melee as such, I'm just gonna use a firebolt on it again.
I'm waiting for like a shocking grasp. Come on,
Not
do
a
it,
chance.
do it.
Not a Yeah, you taught me something I didn't know existed in your campaigns, so I'm not taking any chance on that.
That's a D&D thing, not a me thing.
No. I mean, hear me out. Some people don't use. It could be D&D, but some people might not use something that damages weapons in their campaigns based on how they D&D. Now I know this is something you're going to put into your campaigns.
Well,
So I'm
if
aware
you
of
fight a thing that's made of acid, things get like fucked up.
I have never seen that in any campaign before. That's why I brought it up.
If they
It's the
fought
first time
if they fought oozes and other various things that have this type of attack.
Yep.
Huh, interesting.
Plenty of acid damage.
No, not acid
never ever
damage.
seen
It's a specific thing this does.
I have seen an ooze that they actually were in it and were being burnt inside of it, but their armor and
was
their
it-
weapons
was it
were
a
fine when
gelatinous
they came
cube?
out. Yes.
Gelatinous cube doesn't do this, but like this is out of game.
All right.
This
Shouldn't take
is
20
this
minutes
is
to kill
scarier.
two
Okay, okay. 22 is a hit. Your fire scorches the blob, but sort of steams a little bit.
And
how much is that? That's 5.
can I use my bonus action to look at it and sort of taunt it and say...
You want to taunt it? Okay.
Yeah, I want to say something along the lines of...
Pull Scanlan.
We split we split you in half. There's not going to be much left of you.
Doesn't seem to respond to your voice.
That's fine. Still shouting at it aggressively.
You shout at it aggressively. It jiggles. Anything else? No. Blur. Just want to do something.
What did they fight, while you're doing that, what did they fight where they did shoot lightning and it split into more? Was it the gelatinous cube?
There was that thing in the glass box.
So, sort of amorphic tentacles kind of start sticking out of the central mass of the ooze. It lashes in a random direction and it hits Lilith. Random. 21 I believe is a hit.
Yep.
You will take 9 bludgeoning and 16 acid damage.
Oh god.
So this tentacle thumps into you, sort of smacks you into the wall, and then there's like
How much and how much?
9 and 16.
25 basically.
Yeah. And your robe? Robe? You're wearing a robe, right? I mean in game, not I can see you wearing a robe in real life.
Yeah. It's somewhere.
So it's part of sort of the sort of bottom part of the robe starts to blacken and burn. There's like a hole starting to form.
Well, I'm -1.
You're out.
So you thunk against the side of the wall and you slide to the floor and kind of stay there. You're not wearing armor, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Maar,
You know, for reasons.
Ja, nee, maar ik flik eens môre.
maar je ziet nou, jy gaan dus klaar natuurlijk.
Tariq?
Ja.
Nee.
Ja, nee, ik snap je zo.
Okay, want jy kon dus nou uitgeskep want jy vol opruim.
Right.
Tariq?
I'm going to aim my heavy crossbow
Okay.
and use one of those.
Say again?
I'm going to use one of my normal bolts.
Normal bolt, okay.
Yeah. Because I still don't know what the other bolt has done, hey?
Well, okay, well, it's obviously struck with great force, but that's all you could really tell.
Okay, I'll try another one of the new bolts then.
Okay, 16, nice. Okay, the tell clank of you loading the heavy crossbow. The heavy crossbow. What the fuck? The heavy crossbow. You take aim and you fire straight into the heart of the mass of this thing. It sort of like curls up and goes like tentacles kind of waving all over the place as part of it like splats against the wall of the northern wall of the tunnel. Let's do this. It seems to be agitated. It's sort of like got flailing tentacles all over the show. Do you want to do anything else? Didn't hear you?
I'm done.
Ronan. So you have the morning star that pierced through to you?
I'm well aware of it. Just give me a sec. I'm just gonna check the one thing.
So I'm going to assume you use your free action to put your axe away.
You are gonna assume correct, except I am not gonna use Morningstar. I am gonna pull out my mace.
Mace, okay. Ah, you have a mace.
I do have a mace. And I am gonna donate the mace.
Okay,
You
cool.
do realize that whatever you use is going to take damage, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, the mace is a D6 and the Morningstar is a D8, so that's a good move.
That's a nice roll. It maxed the damage. Okay, so a mace is one-handed.
Yes. Mace.
Was your axe one-handed?
Yes.
What's
All my weapons are one-handed.
What's in your other hand? Shield.
Shield.
Ah. Aaron, I think, is back.
Yep.
Fill you in on what's been happening when it gets back to your turn, which I think is next. So Ronan strikes at the black pudding with all the force and anger that he can muster, because your axe was damaged and you don't like that
So what does this thing do?
bad things.
Destroy the
Oh, do you
weapon.
not know what happens?
No, he missed the whole thing.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Jeez, that's a really good hit. Okay, so you kind of thump it, and it sort of congeals off and sort of expands out again, but smaller than it was when you struck it. Still flaily amorphous tentacles. Okay, Aaron, here's what's happened since you've been away. You've been thrown a Morningstar, which is a piercing weapon. You caught it. Ronan struck this thing like Badornid and cut it in half with his axe, but it split into two creatures.
Alright, so I've got a Morningstar.
To
Yeah, it's a
make the
D8
game, to make the
piercing.
game a bit here as to what happened. Sorry, let me throw it here. Ronan ran in, smacked this thing to start off with. When he smacked it with piercing damage, or
Slashing.
Slashing.
sliced it with slashing damage, sorry, not piercing. When he did it slashing damage, it split the ooze in two. Instead of actually doing damage to it, it just made two of them, which is worse for us. What also happens is every time we attack this thing, it's damaging our armor, it's damaging our weapons, and every time it attacks us, it's damaging our armor. So you want to use something that you don't give a shit about and that you're not worried about losing. So what during his turn was he basically spent most of his spare actions to throw a few of your weapons, you included. You got thrown a Morningstar and you used that spare Morningstar instead to attack so that you wouldn't damage your armor or any of your weapons. So that's what's happened so far. We used your turn there and you actually killed one of the oozes.
Okay, I just need to add myself a Morningstar. I don't know how to do that.
Well, it's now a Morningstar -1.
Yeah, it's a Morningstar -1, but what we did in your stead was Warren rolled your scimitar attack.
I'll add we can just add a Morningstar from quickly.
Okay, then do that.
And then just add the -1.
Is that -1 to attack or -1 to damage?
Damage.
Damage.
I might need to check that, but for the purposes of this session, it is they have added a Morningstar for you.
What's a Morningstar in terms of size-wise?
It's one-handed. It's
One-handed.
got like a big spiky ball on the end.
Yeah, so it's one-handed, so it's a... Okay. Alright, so... And does this thing have a disadvantage, or whatever you call it? Do I have advantage against it?
You won't have advantage from where you're currently standing.
But I mean, I can move up and then move down.
Yeah, that you could do. Okay.
Okay, I move up and I whack it with said Morningstar. And then I'm going to follow up with my dagger. But so it's a Morningstar, so that's a 20... Is it worth me adding more rolls?
Okay, so that's a 6. So that damage is a 6 on the Morningstar. You want to add?
I'm just thinking if I want to add a maneuver, but
Okay.
only
Get them
add
back on
one
short
maneuver,
rests.
so it's the only one I can do. Okay, and then I'm going to follow up with a dagger hit. And that's
Okay, so
about it for now.
okay, so Morningstar in your one hand, dagger in the other. You swing the Morningstar down with anger and rage because Aaron hates seeing weapons get damaged. I'm pretty sure. That's like the whole opposite of your thing. But the Morningstar strikes. The blob sort of like starts to get more agitated. It's flicking its tentacles around even more than before. Then you stab into the middle of it with your dagger. Just want to check something. So as you pull your weapons away, you notice that they're sort of smoking and starting to blacken on the pieces that you struck with. So both of those weapons will have a permanent -1 to damage.
And then
then
it's still standing, still looking healthy.
and then the creature seems to collapse into a puddle of goo and sort of like spread like liquidly, like rock. It like becomes liquid essentially and kind of splashes across the floor. You have killed it.
Yay!
As the drains away into a crack between the tiles of the flagstones of the tunnel floor, you see a white crossbow bolt lying on the floor.
Cool. I don't need it.
That sounds like my own crossbow.
It is one of your
I
crossbows.
got
That wasn't destroyed.
Well,
I go over to Yoko. Okay,
It just
and
hissed and fizzled.
Lay on hands, which one will I do? Which one?
Oh yes, you might want to deal with your friend there.
Yeah, I
got
got
a paladin.
Yoko and I got the cure wounds on her.
Okay, go for it.
So my game sees everyone else's or 3 people's connection failed. Is that from my side or Mr. Redload or?
It's your side.
it's your side.
Fine.
Yeah, be right back.
Did I just seriously roll a 1 on my cure wound?
Yes, you did. Okay, so Lilith now has 3 hit points. So
I'm picking up.
you wake up holding your head.
2 because I was -1, or is it
No,
3?
it goes to 0.
It's 3. It's 1 plus 2.
Yeah, it goes to 0 when
you-
you drop it up minus.
Yeah, you don't stay negative. It goes to 0. The only exception being if it goes negative, your maximum health, then you die.
Okay.
As a note, I pocket my -1 dagger and I take out my spear, normal dagger.
Okay.
So
I
she
pick
is
up.
on 3 HP. I lay on hands her for another 10 HP. So you get another 10 HP. So
I
you're
pick
on
up
10.
my bolts.
Just want to check something. What do you guys want in the meantime?
We might be able to move on, just keep Lilith at the back, or we can take a short rest for her to take a hit dice, but I think she was the only one that took damage.
Sorry, how do I reduce my morning
She's on
star? My
13
day?
HP now.
Okay, I was doing the right thing. It is a penalty to damage when weapons get hit this thing. Okay, you want to? Alright, let me change the music. You found your white bolt. Your other bolt is gone.
I used both white bolts.
Oh, they're both white bolts. You find both.
Yeah.
You find
I
both.
changed. Yeah, thanks. I changed my mind the second time round. I first used the normal one. I first decided to use the normal one. Then I changed my mind and said, "No, I'll use the white one."
Actually, no. It's you get back 50% of ammunition expended. It's 1. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
But it was eaten by the thingy. It's just used.
I like that.
Okay, Ronan is asking around for healing potions.
No, I was actually going to whisper Yoko. I'm asking if she has.
Yeah, I've got healing potions.
Where's my potion? Don't I have a potion of healing? Nope.
Reloading. I've got one.
Alright, one. I've got two. Well, like I say, Yoko's on... When's the last time you guys took a short rest?
We took a long rest at the beginning of this, at the end of the last session.
Well, 13 HP is good enough for now.
And then from the long rest, two people didn't wake up and you arrived in theory.
And then
So long rest is bad.
I hand Lilith a healing potion.
okay.
And that's fine. I've got two, so I'm just going to use one now.
Okay, so that's 6 hit points.
Plus 10 plus 3.
I would
Thank
like to loot whatever there is of the corpse.
So blob.
Yeah, well, just section 24B states.
Don't eat it, even though it's called black pudding.
That's section 7C.
Move down the corridor and I look for the light.
Lying.
Red flame.
Okay, so you see 6 red lights ahead of you. Lying sort of where the acid, sort of in an acid damage section of the flagstones, you find 12 gold pieces. Very clean and shiny, the most sparkly gold pieces you've ever seen.
Okay, I feel better now. Sorry, there was something that was very important here. Any non-magical weapon. I know I'm metagaming a little, but it was disturbing.
Metagamer!
I just need to understand. I need to understand how it works.
I know it's non-magical, that's why.
No.
things happen the way
I'm
they
saying I feel better having read that.
Oh, no, it can't just wreck your face. There are things you can do.
This is the thing, like, as a melee person, I'm thinking here going, oh god. So if it was a plus
But
one
yours-
dagger attacking...
But that's
It
what
would take-
Lysander should be feeling, because Lysander doesn't know what this thing is.
No, I'm referring to D&D in general, dude. I'm not referring to Lysander.
Oh.
I'm referring to my poor Zelrun rogue. I'm thinking twice about playing a rogue now after seeing shit like that. Because Lysander wears cloth, Lysander's naked. I'm thinking, shit, what would happen if my monk was here? Would have burnt the hell out of my hands, you know, and I get a -1 to my fingers?
No, you take acid damage then for hitting it with your hand.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's why I was panicking. Sorry, let's carry on.
Okay. Six red lights ahead of you on the corridor.
Yes.
I move towards it.
Sorry.
I'm
yes.
going to just
I'm going to
run on
Yes,
a
look.
whim fire a longbow arrow at them.
Is Lilith recovered? Can we remove that X on her face?
Of course.
Now
She's
I'm
sitting
gonna
on
start
19.
going.
Okay, what's the range?
For the longbow.
Or towards the thing you are shooting at.
Well, I'm shooting at the red light.
Okay,
So
so
you tell us
that's...
how far.
Wait.
Longbow goes
120, isn't it?
Okay, well you're shooting to like here.
150.
So slightly out of range, you'll have to move forward 1 block. And then it's a attack with disadvantage because it's at maximum range, is that right? That's what that second number is. Longbows. Hello, Marco?
Marco?
Polo?
Hello?
I think Discord.
Marco?
I think Discord disconnected.
I lost everything after I launched it down the corridor.
Oh, I was just checking because the second number on a longbow is the maximum range, so it's disadvantage, as far as I can recall.
600.
So it's what 600?
The
That's a
second
max.
number on the longbow.
What's the first number on the longbow?
150.
150.
Okay, so just make an attack then. Okay, your arrow, longbow. Where do you get a longbow from? I thought you had a short bow.
No, it's,
longbow. Remember?
it's that one that doesn't use ammo.
Oh, okay. I thought that Tariq had that.
No, she gave it to me. She used the
You've got
crossbow.
it. So, okay, cool. We can do some theatrics here. So, as you pull out the longbow, which I forget the name of at this exact moment, but we'll come back to that, and you motion to draw it, the string and arrow appear, made of light. The area around you illuminates slightly with the brightness of the arrow. You pull it back to your cheek and you fire off into the distance. You see the corridor sort of lighting up in sections as this arrow flies past. As it hits into the darkness where the red lights are, you hear a ka-chunk, the sound of an arrow striking stone.
Did we see anything as the light went down the tunnel? Should we say perception?
That's going to be perception because it's in a flash. You would have had a very small time to see.
Yeah, I would have been looking for it. I'm sorry.
Just mute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. I realized that hearing the echo. My apologies. Anybody else wanted
So we roll perception to see what we saw.
To see if you saw something as the arrow was flying.
Nice.
Yeah, that
I
works.
seem to have been looking at it.
You were looking in the direction.
I don't even bother. I'm deceptive as a rock.
Perceptivelessness.
You need
Okay,
to mute yourself in
Lilith
game as well.
and Pierce. You saw for a brief moment as the arrow was about to strike what looked like a face. The size of the whole like size of the corridor. So across the whole wall. I don't want to say wall per se, but like the sort of size of the width of the corridor and the height of the corridor.
I think we're on talking head.
Okay, you guys
Send
move
the
forward.
cat. Send the cat.
I move forward to see better.
I just want to check something.
Yeah, I'm moving forward out of curiosity. I can't see a thing.
I'm standing near to Pierce.
Okay, we're good. As you progress closer, Ronan, in the darkness of out of the darkness, as your dark vision sort of adjusts to the light, away from the light having just blinded everybody, with your dark visionness, you see what it looks to be a carving of a massive stone face. It looks to be human, so the sort of standard human features. Around sort of its neck area are gemstones.
What color are they?
Red.
Pierce away from it.
They're red. As you move towards them, and you get closer, the sound to sort of in time with the sound of your footsteps, they sort of glimmer.
Can I see if I can walk stealthily to make less noise?
You can try. Disadvantage with your chainmail or whatever it is you're wearing.
Can I move up and check for traps first?
Go for it. Perception.
Oh my word.
Can I do a history check and see if this is something I've come across in my...
Okay. I'm going to do these in order. Firstly, as Ronan attempts to stealthily move down the corridor, he trips on a flagstone that isn't quite set into the floor correctly, landing with a crashing sound on the floor in front of him. As he hits the floor and the sound of metal on stone, like a loud crashing noise, the gemstones light brighter. So they like flash. Okay, Pierce, you don't see any obvious traps. Lilith, this is nothing you've come across before.
Where in the corridor is this thing?
It's along the eastern wall.
Maybe we should just check the south corridor before we run past it.
Where's the eastern wall? Where?
On the right.
That's here.
Okay, so who's poking your head around the corner?
Dark vision or torch, anyone?
I'll use Azael to look around the corner.
So this thing's got 120 vision in the dark. Gretch. And she can see through it, so she can use it like a freaking vision stone.
You can do that with any familiar though.
It's like a drone.
Except this familiar can change things at will and go invisible.
And it's not in HD.
Just saying. And right now it's invisible, so it's just going everywhere. We don't even know it's going around the corner.
It's taking a like to the paladin, so it's sticking on him.
After the lights go brighter after the fall, did they dim again?
Yes.
Are there any of the gemstones missing?
No. Well, not that you can tell. So there's 3 and 3 on each side of this thing's neck, like where a necklace would be.
And they seem to I clap my hands.
They light up slightly.
So they do react to sound. Maybe it's a password or a phrase you need to speak. I look around the corridor, walls, roof, floor, any glyphs or writings or anything.
Nothing.
I'll start getting closer.
You do notice a sort of the faint smell of sulfur in this part of the corridor.
Can we try to discern from where?
It's sort of permeating the air. It's very faint.
So, can't tell whether it's closer to the eastern wall or whether it's closer to where we all sort of generally are right now.
It's I'm trying to explain permeating the air. It's okay. So let me try and word this a bit better. So the air in this part of the tunnels has a faint smell of sulfur to it. It's just there.
Eminently hanging around. Like a lost fort that's just not going away.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you've done perception for traps, so...
Well, Pierce thinks there are no traps.
Yeah. He believes, and we generally trust Pierce.
We could move away a bit and launch like a firebolt at the sulfur area. Sulfur is flammable. Well, depending on the rest of the binding, but it can be flammable.
If mixed with saltpeter and charcoal.
No takers? Okay.
No, I can do it, but just we don't even know where where it's flammable. That's the problem. We don't know where the sulfur itself is. So I'd just be swinging fire in random directions, not knowing where I'm throwing it. Unless you have a...
Oh, you're trying to locate sulfur. You know, you okay. That's odd.
I'm gonna send Azael around the peek around the corner.
Below you.
Can I do an Arcana check on the figure on the head thing to see if I can notice anything different?
Just give me a second. Different how?
Well, anything out of place, something that might give me a clue about what its purpose is, or...
Okay. You feel that this is decorative.
I really roll average tonight.
It's good. It's good enough to tell you what's going on.
What concerns me is that, I mean, we could probably try and really trigger this at like 4 or 5 minutes, make lots of noise, but I don't know if we want to trigger this.
I vote we continue on the passage. Ronan basically tells the group if it's a trap or if it's something, we have a way to go back. We don't need to go that way.
I'm going to try taking out the -1 dagger and prying out one of the gemstones to see what it does.
Okay.
Just keep this guy away from shiny stuff.
Prying something out. Acrobatics? No.
It's an attack for damage.
I'd say strength.
Not really an attack though.
Athletics.
Athletics.
You guys reckon athletics?
Athletics.
Okay,
That
cool.
would be my opinion.
I'm happy with
Thanks
that.
for nothing.
Sorry, I'm being honest.
Could have been a 16. No, wait. Could have been a 18.
Okay, so wedging the tip of your wedging the fucked up tip of your dagger sort of around the under the corner of one of these gemstones. You kind of
Trent,
hit it with your hand, and it pops out.
Anything in the wall after the gemstone?
Just a,
Behind it?
just a depression where the gemstone would fit.
So
Okay,
nothing
can
that
I-
would cause the light.
Did you catch it?
No.
Okay, as
Just find out.
it hits the floor, it flashes as it clings on the floor.
Okay, I pick it up and I think we can continue. That answers what questions I could have had.
Should we take them all? Let's take them all.
So it seems to like the sound maybe vibrations, so could be used as something for us to know if something's coming towards us.
Or we
Yeah,
could
can
just
we-
hear coming.
Yeah.
Pocket
he's-
Chinese. Let's get
He's
going.
disconnected.
Okay, I
Um,
take them out.
Wait, before you do that, can I just do a quick check?
Oh, sure. Do
Um,
you want this
I
one?
wanna use-
I hold it out to her.
No, I want to use my therm, whatever the hell that is, just to cause a light tremor, to see if it's vibration that actually triggers these things, or if it's sound.
Okay, thaumaturgy. So you're making slightly.
Yeah, it's harmless tremors on the ground. So I'm just checking basically if it's reacting to the vibrations or like actual sound.
You know there's a
tremors when you're in the cave.
you know there's a flaw in your plan, because what is sound?
tremors.
Vibrations. And we're in a
So
cave.
you're trying to work out if
Worries me
it's like a noise versus
Yeah.
a vibration.
Or you can, yeah, the vibration if it reacts, and shout at it if it doesn't react. Type of a thing, like, shout at it. And
Aaron voices his concern that you're in an underground place.
It's a harmless. There's a tiny thing. She did state that.
Okay,
like
so
50 times.
the area around you starts to shake slightly, in a non-harmless way, or in a harmless way. The stones don't respond.
So it's only sound. Okay, I draw out the next 5 and we can carry on.
Give me 3 athletics checks.
Can we not just say that we did that over the next 5 minutes?
Well, I'm going to check things.
Okay.
Okay, so there's still 5 stones in the wall. Two of them crumble to powder when you try and pull them out.
All right. Fair enough.
Can I try and take out the rest?
No, they've been removed.
Oh,
So you have
All of them?
4 of these things now.
all of these things. Okay.
What do I call them?
Oh,
Chinese.
glowy sounding
Sound
rock.
stones.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. They have the appearance of a ruby. They are red.
Okay, let's carry on going down the tunnel. I'll follow the cat. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Like, there's more people in this channel than I was anticipating. Okay, cool. You guys are going which way?
Should we go back through the plan, or should we just keep on going through this passage, seeing that we're here?
It's okay, we can just say we just stick left from here since we're that close to where we started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I agree.
This is the open end.
Any traps? Do your trappy
I'll
check.
check.
You've seen no traps.
Okay, up here around the corner.
Check the traps, Loki.
Yeah. Coming around the corner, you are faced with an iron portcullis. Do I need to explain what a portcullis is?
Yeah,
It's a
just
thing.
brief thing.
So
like a
it's
circular
it's
door.
it's
The gate.
Circular
it's
window.
like
It's
bars.
a gate.
Have you ever seen those things they have in front of castles, like before the door, like the big metal gateway
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
How big are the holes?
There, you could get your hand through them.
Can we see past them?
Yes, you can, because you have
Are
eyes.
there any switches on the other side or levers that look like
Okay,
they could be pulled?
That's what I
Yeah.
want to take a look in the dark vision if I see anything.
Yeah.
Come on. Click, click.
Let me kind of give you sort of up to there.
Okay.
That's more or less what you would be able to see, kind of peering through one
Yeah.
of the holes in the portcullis.
Levers, keyholes, wires holding it up.
There is a lever.
Buttons.
There is a lever on the outside, on the western wall.
How far?
How far?
Over here.
I glare at Lysander.
There.
And I know-
Mage
I
hand.
know-
Pull the lever down.
I know his tricks.
I use
Magic-
mage hand and pull the lever
Magical trickses. Okay, so you summon the mage hand, I imagine, on the other side of the portcullis. You can summon it how far away from you?
down. It can be 30 yards.
30 feet,
Okay, cool.
sorry.
So it appears, this ghostly spectral hand on the other side of the portcullis reaches, pulls the lever, clunk, like switches from the up to the down position. The portcullis starts to slowly raise into the ceiling, clink, 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 clink.
While
As
that's happening,
As
I
it lifts, you
mage hand.
notice the bottom of the portcullis has sparks.
Okay.
Okay.
You
At least we know
you
where
mage-
to open and
you
close
you
it.
mage-
We can
you
open and close
mage-handed-
it from
You
inside.
mage-handed Aaron.
Yeah, just
As
straight
as
off.
the mage hand releases the lever, it clicks back into the upright position, the portcullis falls.
I figured as much. Okay, so this is a timed thing, so the mage hand has to hold it down for us to get through. Do you guys still want to go through? Must I do that again?
Well, mage hand it, and then one of us go through, and eventually one of us will hold,
I'd say,
pull the
I'd say
lever.
Alright,
so-
I'll be the last to stand on this side, and I'll use the mage hand again to open it, so that someone could eventually go through.
Okay, you resummon the mage hand, you pull the lever down, clink, click, 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 click. It like recedes back into the ceiling.
Can we
In its most
can we
up.
jam it up?
What would you like to jam
Don't worry
it with?
about it. As long as we get in there, we're good.
Yeah, but you now just like incapacitated.
I move.
Not at all. It's a concentrate. It's a cantrip. I don't even think
No,
it's
but-
concentrate.
No, but when I want you to throw a fireball instead of holding up a gate.
I move in and I place my hand on the lever as well.
Okay,
Okay, so the mage hand and the lever, and Ronan.
That's
are-
fine.
I'm fine.
Okay,
with
cool. Let's roll, chaps. Okay, I'll poke my head around the corner and have a look.
let's do this.
That's all I'm good for. Poking heads around the corner.
Walking point and taking the first arrow.
Okay,
that. Sorry, I had to.
looking at the floor of this room, you notice the tiles are in a black and white sort of checkmark, checkered pattern, like you would see on a chessboard. I'm not going to draw black squares.
Are we in Karazhan?
As Ronan walked in, did he walk and white squares, or did he kind of... How large are the squares?
Each tile set, each 5-foot tile is a different color. This goes throughout the entire room. Where before the flagstones you've been walking on were made of stone, these appear to be highly polished marble.
Okay, but I think the question was, which color did someone stand on? Has someone stood on black and white already?
But what am I on?
Yes.
Essentially.
You would be on a white square. I
white
wouldn't...
tile.
Okay, just to prevent your brains from melting, it's just the floor. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Because I
Well,
could
I
see
don't-
where you guys are going, and like as much fun as it would be to screw with you, this is just the floor.
Hey, we've watched Indiana Jones, bro. Come on.
This is an aesthetics thing. It's to give you an idea of what you're looking at.
All right. So I
think-
don't see anything, huh?
I think Aaron, for paranoia, should still stand only on the black ones as he walks.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
move
you
like
step on the cracks.
I'm moving like a bishop in chess.
Alright, so
I don't
so
think
can I comfortably
I don't
say
think
that all
Aaron
of
would
us
know.
pass
I don't think.
colours?
Yes. And are you letting go of the
Not yet.
switch? Okay, cool.
Now I'll let go, because everyone's in.
Okay, everyone's through. You let go. The portcullis slams down with a loud crashing noise of metal striking stone.
Can't I do it, like, gently? So it's not, like, loud?
There's either up or down.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you try and gently move the lever. As it clicks back up, the portcullis falls.
Alright.
Let me do this. I really like this music. I don't know what you guys think. This, It's
Feels a bit
it's,
StarCrafty.
It does, actually. I was thinking that.
Good
Feels
point.
like Mossera
it can't
sort of
be
stuff.
unheard. Damn it. Okay.
I think Pierce just went off into the deep dark space. Oh, there you're back. Welcome back.
Looking around the room, you see an archway on the western side. You see a door to the south. The checkerboard pattern continues throughout the entirety of the room. Along the eastern wall, you see a mosaic mural depicting a battle scene.
Can I
Someone-
check for traps as per standard action?
Go for it.
This piece of the floor looks weird, guys.
It's got a ghost in it. You see no traps.
Can I do a history check to see if this is something I've read about or know about?
Okay.
Let the scholars do their thing.
I stand next to Aaron and I say, I queen you.
Something on my head.
So,
No, don't put me upside down.
Okay, you are
tell me more about this mural.
Okay, so you see, so the mural stretches the entire length of the room. And the room is quite high. It's a massive mural done in mosaic. So it's those little tiny tiles. Towards the left side of the room, you see knights on horseback. You see men in white armor. You see battle standards of a few of the cities of Faerun that you know. You see Waterdeep, you see Neverwinter, you see Baldur's Gate. Towards the right-hand side of the mural, you see demonic figures. Demons of various size and description. You see...
Do any of them look like Lilith?
No, none of them look
Sorry.
like Lilith. You see demon lords, you see different varying descriptions. You see hellhounds towards the right-hand side, and in the center where they clash, there's bloodshed and things dying and lots of gore and blood and things of that nature. With your history check, you don't know which battle this depicts. You just know the sides involved.
Yeah, that's for checking the tiles along the length of the wall. To see if any of them are out of space and not lined up nicely. If there's a hidden message in there, I want to look for that.
Okay, cool. You don't see any obvious hidden messages. A couple of the tiles have fallen off the wall due to age and disrepair. You kind of feel along the wall looking for anything that you could press or turn or anything of that nature, and it's just a wall with a cool picture on it.
Alright, I reckon let's move on. What rule are we using to pick a door?
Well, thus far we've gone with the open doors.
Okay, just give me a second.
Down the corridor.
So when I asked Lilith if she knew anything about, so she would just respond something along the lines. She would say something along the lines of, let me ask the question, Lilith, do you recognize this battle or this wall?
Sorry, just repeat that.
It was basically, tell us what you know about the wall.
I just know it's a great battle of some kind against the demon lords. Yeah, I can't recall any specifics about this battle.
Okay, so it's just so that the rest of us know what she knows in essence.
Cool, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Is there anything shady about this archway or whatever we're in front of?
It is an elaborately carved stone archway.
Okay. I'll do what I do best and poke my head around the corner.
Okay, give me a second to just check something.
Uh-oh.
No place.
I might like peer my head around the corner.
Do you want to pierce and throw Pierce's head around the corner?
Almost.
Pierce doesn't have dark vision, so you're welcome. You're welcome to ask me what I see. I just see darkness.
What happened to the thing with the torch?
What thing with the torch?
Oh yes, I still got that. But I'd still rather prefer Aaron stick his head around.
We have a
I'll send invisible Batman into the room.
Like a human periscope.
I turn to Pierce and I say, I sure hope your granny's alright still.
Okay, and this thing...
My what? Oh yeah, her.
And this thing sees
Yeah.
a majillion squares. Okay, so Lilith is aware of the following. Just get... stupid clicking.
These rooms are big.
I'm in. Hang on.
one room.
Is this room also checkered?
No, this one's back to the stone, same sort of stone that you saw earlier in the dungeon. No man. I'm clicking the wrong things. Just bear with me. Okay, so I assume you're looking through the eyes of your familiar. Okay, so you see a large humanoid creature shouting at a smaller humanoid creature.
I'm gonna just walk up to the group and very quietly tell them that there's a big thing shouting at the little thing.
Do they
We
look
hear the shouting?
Do they look
Is it
aggressive to each
question?
other?
Is there any light in the room, or are they talking in total darkness?
It's a good question. Yes, they are talking in total darkness.
So they have dark vision.
Yeah.
And I ask when she says this.
Bad metagaming, Pierce.
No, do they look like they are both being aggressive to each other, or is the one subservient to the other?
You're asking Lilith now.
Yes, because she's the one that saw it with
Yeah.
the familiar.
The smaller creature appears to be cowering.
Can we hear them shouting from 60 feet away?
Yeah, because it's
Our little stone glowing.
because he loud. Are you?
Can we hear what they're saying?
Yes, you can.
It's a good point. Would our stones be glowing through the pouches and through the?
Or if you got them in pouches and pockets,
Uh-huh.
you can't see it through there.
Good to know. Good to know.
That would be a bit
It's
shitty.
not like a beacon.
Hello, I'm here. Well, no.
Can throw them as a distraction.
Pierce, you can understand what they're saying.
Goblins up every campaign.
So what's your question?
What are they saying?
No, Ronan had a question.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, you are. I mean, what are you talking about?
Okay, so you hear. Okay, wait. Yes, Pierce can hear them. Okay, you hear the sound of a large, because you can't see them, based on the whole dark vision thing. So you hear what sounds to be quite a large creature shouting, "This is the last time I let you navigate through the Underdark.
I relay this to the rest of the party. They seem lost.
I got the message.
I wish to talk.
Do you want us to try to talk?
Um,
Because I can translate.
I was about to say I would.
I can't speak. I can't speak. What are they speaking?
Goblin.
Goblin. I can't speak Goblin, so.
Goblinese.
Well, so far we
can
haven't
surprise
encountered
them.
anything friendly, so I don't know, my opinion is surprise.
Ronan, to answer your question, they haven't noticed you yet.
I reckon we go in sort of flanking positions, but sort of go up and chat.
You do know that this is going to really suck the second you said that.
Are you guys going to try and sneak in? Roll again and see if it's higher than 7.
It's a disadvantage. So
I
you
know.
see if it's
I
lower.
want to see if you roll a 1. Okay. Ronan living up to his owner's name. The jingling of armor. Okay, Pierce manages to get into the room stealthily. Is anyone else sneaking in?
Yeah, I wanted to move just into the left where my current position is, so let me first before I assume I got...
Schmelthrol.
Yeah.
You trip over Ronan.
You do know that Pierce is the one walking with a torch into the room.
I did not take the torch with me. So I'm feeling the wall as I go.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so Pierce is kind of... Okay, so
I can have an idea where they are from listening to them.
So you have to attack with a disadvantage.
This is fantastic.
Well, I'm assuming as soon as the combat starts, people can like.
Pierce is sneakily feeling his way along the wall.
Yep.
So far, it feels like cold, smooth stone. To the best guess of what you're able to sort of picture in your mind, marble. And then slime and acid burns. Blub. No, I wouldn't do that to you. That would be horrible. Okay, anyone else doing anything sneakily?
No, I'm doing nothing.
I'm
Things I
just
can't
chilling
communicate
where
to
I
them,
am, and I just sent Batman closer, a little bit closer.
Oh, that's your cat.
Yeah, it's still in bat form, invisible.
I pick up the torch, which is on the floor, and I start walking towards them.
That is pretty unstealthy.
You can talk to them, right?
Making noise.
Okay, they see you.
Can you speak
so
to them?
they've turned to look at you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be
In the light from the torch appears to be painting the large one. It's making sort of a grimacing scowl. Doesn't seem pleased.
Making grimacing scowl. Okay.
Talk to this thing. You should still talk to this thing.
I'll shout at Pierce. Tell them that they can leave, or if they don't want to leave, then there is going to be trouble.
Oh, okay. I open my mouth for a stealth and say, "What do you seek?"
Oh, I was so hoping you were going to go with what Ronan was going to say. What do you seek? Where are you? You kind of just off in the darkness there. Okay.
I'm
okay. Well,
the opposite wall.
Okay. Well, they can kind of tell where you are, and there isn't a lot of cover, so they can sort of see you.
Oh, yeah.
So they've stopped having their conversation. The cowering one is still cowering, but he's kind of like looked up to see why the big one has stopped shouting at him, and the large one is looking in your direction. It's not saying anything. It's got an expression on its face of how dare you speak to me.
I say,
little
I greet you. We know you're here. We mean you no harm for now. What is it you seek in the Underdark?
I'm trying to think of how deep this thing's voice is. I could go completely left of field and be like, we're looking for a way into the depths.
What are the chances of him or the little one speaking common?
Oh,
Okay.
you can try.
Well, considering you just said, tell him to say that we're here to kill them or whatever you said, and they didn't react, it means that they probably don't speak common.
I'm taking another 2 steps closer, and I'm dropping. The
Oh,
torch.
did you shout that across the room?
He
I
did?
did.
Well, he did say it loud enough for me to hear.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Oh my goodness.
you notice your friend there is holding a very big longsword.
Very big, long spear.
Longsword.
Long
Who
sword.
we want.
It's
Who is?
the
big one or the little one?
the big one. In fact, this it's probably longer than Pierce.
Now we really want.
My eyes open.
I'd
So
take
is
a
it
couple-
answering?
Okay, wait. So, okay, he's wary of the bunch of you coming up behind him. He's gonna say to you, we're looking for a way into the depths.
What do you wish to find in these depths?
Home.
Do you merely wish to return home?
So he's still kind of seems like he you get the feeling he doesn't want to, like he sort of gives you the impression that you are beneath him.
I take a couple of more steps forward.
I
Right,
start both my weapons and I raise my empty hands and I say, "We know you're lost. If you are hostilities, we might be able to aid you."
I want to try something. So does he speak common? Is that the consensus?
Well,
So-
he didn't react when Ronan said to kill him.
I didn't say
Well,
kill him. I said the choice. Leave.
Okay, so you
Yeah, when he did the
as
ultimatum.
you step towards him, you're still looking at Pierce. He points the longsword in your direction, Ronan, and he says,
Okay.
and he says, "No closer."
Sorry, wait, sorry, I'm mistaken. Which one's Ronan and which one's Pierce? I can know. Oh, I never remember.
That
Who's
is
on me?
Just the one with
that is Pierce. That is Ronan.
Okay. Okay, I want to, if he speaks common, I want to deceive him into saying that I am royalty and Ronan is my squire. So,
Interesting.
speak to me.
Okay.
I wanted to insight if he was telling the truth first.
As far as you can tell from the body language of this creature, which you probably haven't seen before, you think he's telling the truth.
So he does only want to get home.
No, he wants to make a place his own.
Also possible.
Okay, so let's see Aaron's deception roll. I want to see what happens here. Okay, so kind of RP. What's happening here?
So who's next to me?
Ronan.
Ronan.
Ronan. Okay, so I walk past Ronan, I shove him over, and I say, "Listen up, don't you dare point your weapon at me. I am royalty. You'll bow down to me. You'll listen to me."
Interesting.
So you won't speak to underdogs?
It's interesting. I like the way you're taking this. Let's see what happens. So, he's sort of starting to grin. Puny royalty. You I will speak with. Tell your lackeys to go do lackey things.
Lucky things. Okay. So he speaks common, and he'll speak to me.
Oh, we're running out of time. Jeez, sorry guys, I haven't even... I didn't notice the time. Do you guys want to wrap up here?
Yeah, I think so.
Because this will take a little while. This whole thing that's going on.
I need a week to decide on what I'm gonna say.
No, it's cool. You can think about it if you want. This is awesome. I like what's happening. Anyone else want to say anything before we decide what's happening?
Right, I'm just keeping an eye on Aaron. After he shoved me, basically just...
I keep trying to talk and I realized that my mic wasn't working. I was going to say, I think that's awesome. Let Aaron have the week to think about it, because he's got probably the least D&D experience in terms of he doesn't watch Critical Role like the rest of us, or at least I don't think you do. So go have a look and think what you want to say, and I think we should try to leave it in your hands as much as possible.
Yep.
It's going to be pretty cool.
You've got point on this one. It's gonna be fun.
Nice little RP experience for you to handle.
Quick shout out to Demi. Thanks for joining. I hope I said that right, and hope you're having fun watching our little drama session here. Cool, so we're going to wrap up here. You guys are still cruising through the Underdark, although actually we'll chat about the post session in a minute. You came across your first ooze and did some stuff. I like the way you guys are handling like the various weird shit that's in this dungeon, which is interesting. Well,
to me, Lysander seems to like to hand a lot.
You can see what you like, but you weren't here. There was something Aaron did last time, like he doesn't trust us or something like that. He doesn't trust magic. So I
don't trust magic, and I don't trust you.
He doesn't trust you, and he doesn't trust magic. So on purpose, I irritate the crap out of him by using a magic hand to keep tapping him on the shoulder.
You guys are gonna
So
end
he has
up
to
killing
keep
each
turning
other.
around.
One day
We're not
someone's
gonna be
gonna
killing each other.
murder someone.
This is going to push a button that he shouldn't.
Already Lysander's warming up to Lilith as much as she initially was summoning a demonic cat in his eyes. But so much so that he stepped in front of her, if you recall, before she got crushed and tried to protect her.
I like the cat more than I like Lilith.
And I mean, Ronan...
So distrustful of magic, but you like the demon cat. Is that what's happening?
People told me it was a cat, and I'd never seen a cat before. And the cat's always in front with me. Lilith is shady in the back
that
there.
Works.
You've lived in a city and you think you've never seen a cat.
I've never seen a cat.
Aaron comes from a strange city, but you guys never asked where each other's really from.
What?
Sure,
Race is Aaron again? Human?
It's half-elf.
We spent how long did we spend with the master studying?
And you never asked him. Actually, you all technically need to roll for the how long you spent with the master. I don't know if you did.
I really did. Yeah.
What are we supposed to roll?
Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream there. You guys have a nice sort of a little RP thing coming up. We'll see how that turns out.
Because that would affect my age, and that would affect Ronan's age, Pierce's age. He wouldn't be a little boy then.
You could no, we did. I had
No,
said
he's
not paid.
Okay, one step at a time.
No,
How much XP do you guys need to level?
isn't it like 20?
Didn't Mundra say 2,600?
I think it's 2,700.
700.
Let me just check.
We're at 2,280 at the moment.
Well, I'm on 2,200.
Yeah, but you'll be the same as us. That's what Warren said. Well, I could be wrong.
No, everyone will be the same XP. Otherwise, it becomes a nightmare. So you need 400.
2,700, yes.
Okay, so you fought the Black Pudding, which is...
Yeah, but you can only level after a long rest.
You can level whenever I say you can level. Okay, so with the puzzles and the combat and what you've accomplished, it's 200 XP each.
So we're at, just for your points here, Crash, we're at 2,480.
Okay.
So cool. I'm going to end the stream there. We can do like a post wrap up.